What's up, fam? This is Legato from Omega Alpha. Today we're going to go over a lot of NFT basics, how to do your own research on projects, why you should use a hardware wallet, how to easily swap crypto cross-chain, how to reject access to your wallet, some simple gas settings to increase your chances on a transaction, and honestly just a lot of NFT fundamentals. Regardless of if you're brand new or experienced, I'm quite sure there's going to be something in this video that you didn't know. As always, I am not a financial advisor. This is not to be taken as financial advice. I literally buy things that may or may not exist and sell them for other things that may or may not exist. Don't listen to anything that I say. Let's get into it. You can determine a lot by looking at a project's Twitter. For example, this is a random project that I picked. It has 42k followers. The video has 16,000 views, 4,700 retweets, and 4,900 likes. Definitely looks like it's got a lot of attention. However, look at the comments, 333. So if you scroll down from this and you look at the other tweets, you can see the engagement on these is way less. That's a sign to me that the majority of the engagement on this Twitter is forced and is really obvious. Does that necessarily mean it's a bad project? No. Does that necessarily mean that it's not mintable and that you should stay away from it? No. This is just something that I look for when I see a project's Twitter. This is part of doing your own research. Here's another example of doing your own research and just taking a quick minute or two to look at a project. This project is called AI Arena. I'm pretty interested in it. From what I hear, the only way you can really get whitelisted for the most part is if you play and win it in their game. Very quickly, I see 21k followers. Again, almost 100 people I know are following this. I have heard about this in other alpha groups. I can see that there are two VCs behind this, Framework Ventures and Paradigm. Paradigm specifically is pretty big. Engagement looks pretty good on the Twitter. If I scroll down and look at the people that are following this, some are members of Omega Alpha, some are friends of mine, but I can see some big names following this that I know. Usually when you see that, there's a reason. When I click on their link tree, it looks like they have a ton of information. I'm not going to go through all this here, but when I see something like this, that's a pretty good look. I clicked on their official documentation and just glance. It looks like they have a lot of stuff here, plans, AI. When I see stuff like this, it stands out to me a little more than a rando art project with no links. This is an example of a project I'd keep an eye on based on the research I just did. This is another thing that I do, especially if I ever connect to shady sites and I want to make sure that my wallet's not associated with that anymore. Click here in MetaMask and it actually gives you a list of all the connected sites. Wow, I have not cleared this out in a while. I'm not taking my own advice. For example, click here, hit disconnect, and your wallet's no longer connected to that site. Usually having your wallet connected to a site doesn't really mean that they can do anything, but sometimes it's just peace of mind. If I'm on something shady, I feel better getting rid of the connection. In addition, if you want to go a step further, especially if you clicked on something that you think you shouldn't have, you can go to revoke.cash, connect your wallet here, and it'll tell you what's connected to your wallet and what allowances there are. For example, I connected one of my burner wallets to revoke.cash, and you can actually see that I have an allowance to Founder, which is the token for Omega Alpha and other projects in the Founders Network, and I also have some allowances for wrapped ETH to OpenSea and some other marketplaces. If I were to click the NFT button here, it shows me all the allowances that are on that wallet. What I mean by allowance is where you've actually signed a message on your wallet giving another contract or site or platform access to your NFTs and crypto. Most of this stuff on mine here is old junk that I bought that's now in my hidden folder that we're not going to talk about. But if you happen to go to a website and you don't feel comfortable and you want to make sure 100% that any permission you gave to that website is revoked, go to revoke.cash and look here. If you find it and you want to get rid of it, click revoke, and you can revoke all permission for that specific contract to your wallet. This is a gas transaction, so I wouldn't do it all the time, but again, better safe than sorry. There's no reason to use one wallet for everything. You want to have minting wallets, usually called burner wallets. This is so if you accidentally click on something you shouldn't, or you run into any problem, or you get hacked, you don't have to worry about losing all your NFT and crypto. Most people have a wallet separate from everything else where they keep the things that they don't want to trade. That's what I do. And that brings me to another main point. If you're going to seriously trade NFTs and or crypto, get a hardware wallet. I use a ledger, but there's a lot of different kinds out there. The main benefit to having a hardware wallet is that no transactions can take place or get processed without signing on the physical wallet. It's a lot harder for you to be the target of any scam if you don't connect your hardware wallet to anything, unless you absolutely have to. For example, what I do and what I suggest you do is never mint with your hardware wallet. Keep it completely separate. Don't connect it to anything unless you absolutely have to. And any valuable NFTs or things you're holding for the long term, crypto, tokens, whatever, send over there. Use a completely different burner wallet for minting. I think at this point I probably have like 20 wallets. It's a little ridiculous, but it helps keep things organized. For this group, I'll use this wallet. For another group, I'll use this wallet. If I'm going to connect to some shady ass site intentionally, I'll use wallet number 23. Nobody cares about wallet number 23. That way you're protected. God forbid something happens or you make a mistake, you don't have to worry about all your NFTs getting zapped. If you're careful, it's highly unlikely that kind of thing is going to happen, but unfortunately it does, even to those that are more experienced. You might be watching this video thinking, I know all that stuff already, man, I've been doing this for months. But then there's that one time at 3 a.m. that you come home drunk and you want to mint something on MetaMask mobile and you don't realize you clicked a bad link. It can happen to anybody. It's better to be safe than sorry. Man, I can't even imagine how upset I would be if all those foot picture NFTs got drained from my wallet. Is this thing on still? I wanted to mention this too, especially if you're newer to using a cold wallet, you can connect it right to MetaMask. You still need to sign everything on the physical device, but this MetaMask connection is really valuable. All you have to do is open up MetaMask, click up here, go down to Connect Hardware Wallet, and it'll take you here. All you have to do is click which hardware wallet you have and go through the instructions. Once you're done, your Ledger account is actually 100% viewable in MetaMask, just like this. So you can see on this Ledger wallet specifically, I have 0.071 ETH. I can connect it to websites since the blockchain is public record, but I can't do any signatures or process any transactions without it also forcing me to sign it on my Ledger. You definitely want to make sure you at least have it set up in case you need it. You ever find yourself in a situation where you need to quickly swap one crypto to another? You can actually do a lot of it within MetaMask. All you have to do is open up your wallet in MetaMask, hit swap, and you can pretty easily switch ETH to USDT, USDC, Wrapped ETH, Binance USD, Ape, Matic, Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu? Why would anybody want that? What is this, 2021? There are some advanced options as well here like slippage. I wouldn't really mess with that though. You probably don't have a reason to. MetaMask will do the swap either internally or go through like Uniswap or something like that. If you need to do a swap that's a little more complex, for example, something cross-chain like Ethereum to Solana, you may not be able to do that within MetaMask. There are some swap sites out there that will let you go cross-chain. The easiest way I've found is just send it to an exchange, swap it there, and then send it back out. If you're in the US, you could even just do it with Coinbase. For example, send your Ethereum to your Coinbase wallet, sell it for USD, then buy whatever crypto you want in USD and then send it back out. There can be a lot of extra fees with Coinbase, and some people in the US prefer to keep things off of that. Obviously, that's your decision. I use KuCoin a lot. KuCoin is one of the biggest exchanges in the world. If you're in the United States, you are able to use KuCoin, but only up to a certain amount, as they do require a KYC if you're doing large amounts of transactions. And as of this time, you actually cannot KYC as a US citizen. If you're not familiar with exchanges like Binance or KuCoin, they make it pretty easy to buy and sell crypto. What I like about using KuCoin to swap is that once that crypto gets into KuCoin, there isn't really any fees. Gas fees are almost non-existent if you're trading within KuCoin. So I could very easily send 1 ETH to my KuCoin wallet, split it up across USDT, Solana, AVAX, BNB, or whatever else, and then just send it right back out. The transaction fees are so minimal, it's literally like nothing. So if I'm in a jam and I want to mint a Solana NFT, but I don't have enough Solana to do it, lots of times I'll just do it this way. I find it much easier and cheaper. If you ever want to make sure that you're looking at the correct OpenSea page and not a scam, you can easily find the correct collection page from the contract itself. If the project's Twitter or Discord posted the contract, all you have to do is bring it up, copy the contract address up here, and on the main page of OpenSea paste it, boom. Assuming that contract address is correct, this is the correct OpenSea for the official collection. You can also do it the other way too if you want to look at a contract. For example, pull up an NFT on OpenSea, scroll down, go to the Details tab, And right here it gives you not only the token ID, the token standard, and some other information such as the creator fee, but also the contract address. If you click that, it takes you right back to the contract. We can have a big discussion about gas, GUI, priority fees, and all that stuff, but if you're newer, you can just keep it relatively simple. When you're buying something, if it's about to sell out or you're worried about not being able to have the transaction complete quick enough, you want to increase the gas a little bit. One easy way to do that is right within MetaMask. Once you click buy on OpenSea or whatever platform you're using, MetaMask will pop up and look something like this. What you can do is right here, click market, and it'll let you pick different presets for gas settings. Again, we'll get into the finer stuff with advanced and minting bots and GUI another day, but to keep things simple, look at the difference between market and aggressive. It's pretty minimal. If you want to make sure it goes through, especially if you're sniping, minting, or something that's time sensitive, I would just click aggressive and do it that way. You're barely going to notice it, and you're going to have a little bit of an edge over anybody else who's just clicking confirm right away. It's more likely that your transaction will be picked up and recorded on the blockchain if you pay more gas. Again, we'll get into some more advanced stuff in another video. If you found this helpful and want to see more videos like this and on more advanced topics in the future, please hit that like and subscribe button below. Honestly, there's so much to learn in this NFT space and things are always changing. It's impossible to cram everything you need to know into one short YouTube video. We're going to continue to put out content that caters to people that are brand new to the game and don't know anything about this magical internet money which other people claim to exist, and to those people that are more advanced and want that juicy hardcore stuff. Stay tuned.